In this video, I'm going to review some things that I think you've covered before, unless you skipped math last year to come into our 7th grade level, you skipped 6th grade math. Or if you struggle at times, you may just feel like you need a little refresher, so this should help too. But on this upper left-hand corner here, you see this math tip. This is on your Springboard book, page 180. And it asks you to recall, because these are really standards from last year. The triangle formula for area of a triangle, A equals 1/2 base times height, that's area. Parallelogram, area equals base times height. Trapezoid, area equals 1/2 the height times base 1 plus base 2. And of course, area of a circle, as we've been studying, pi r squared. Okay, so let's start with number 14, a triangle. Base is 12. Height is 9 because it's perpendicular. If they gave you another number over here, let's say 13, you would not need it because that is not the base nor the height. And for area of a triangle, you only need the base and the height. You would write your formula, area equals 1/2 base times height. Area equals 1/2, you'd fill in the base is 12, the height is 9. Now you can do this multiple ways. You can do 12 times 9 first, and since 12 times 9 is 108, then you can take half of that and you'd get 54. Or you can do half of 12, which is 6, and you can do 6 times 9, which is 54. And this is centimeters squared. Okay, so let's go 15. Is a trapezoid. An area of a trapezoid is 1/2 the height times base 1 plus base 2. So these are the bases, because by definition the bases of a trapezoid are the parallel sides and the height is its perpendicular. Therefore you won't need the 10. So you would do area equals 1/2, the height is 6, times base 1 plus base 2, 8 plus 16, doesn't matter which is which when you add them. You get the same thing either way, 8 plus 16 or 16 plus 8. Either way, that's 24. You still have your 6. And at this point, you can do the same thing I did with the triangle, and you can do it whatever order. Half of 6 is 3, and 3 times 24 is going to be the same thing as if you did 6 times 24 first and then half of that, which you would get 72. Whoops, I forgot my label. 72 centimeters squared. Okay, let's tackle 17 next. It's another triangle, but they've given you something more than really what you need, because this 5 is the one you don't need, believe it or not, because the base can be 11 and the height is your perpendicular, that's 4. The 5 you don't need. So this will be area equals 1/2 the base times the height. Area equals 1/2, the base is 11, the height is 4, and that's 1/2 of 44. Which is 22 feet squared. I'm hoping those are not terrible for you, but I know they get tricky when they throw in the ones you don't need. Rotating my colors. Now, back to blue again. 18, this is a trapezoid. Your parallel sides are your bases, and remember the formula for area of a trapezoid on page 180 is area equals 1/2 the height times base 1 plus base 2. If you've never used this, it's really not that bad. The height is going to be your perpendicular, and it's usually where it comes into a right angle with a base. So then that makes your height the 8. Base 1 and base 2, I usually do the top as base 1, but it really doesn't matter at all. The bottom is base 2, and sometimes they'll be the left and the right because of the positioning. So either way, it's 5 plus 3, which is also 8. And so 1/2 of 8 times 8, which is 1/2 of 64, which is 32 feet squared. All right, now this triangle in 19 has multiple things going on, but the base and the height are always perpendicular. That means the 13 is what you probably don't need. Let's look. There's our base, there's our height, or yeah, I don't think there's really any other way to look at that one. So you're gonna go 13, you don't need, area equals 1/2 the base times the height, 1/2. I'm going to add those. 5 is to here and 5 is to here, so that's base of 10, height of 12, and that's half 120, so that's 60 centimeters squared. Okay? I'm not sure I really need to do another trapezoid for you, but I'm going to just because I am not with you today. So, again, what are my bases? My bases have to be my parallel sides. Always start with the formula. My shortcutters, don't shortcut me. The height's going to be the 28. Base 1 and base 2, 36 and 25. Doesn't matter the order there. 36 and 25 is 61. Let me move that over a little bit. And then I'm just going to do 28 times 61, which is 1708. And then half of that is 854 centimeters squared. And the final one is what we call an, whoopsie, irregular or composite figure because it's made up of more than one shape. So if you've never tackled these before, you just decide whether you're going to cut it like this and try to find this rectangle and add them together, or you're going to cut it like, so I got a little overzealous on the undoing. You're going to cut it like this, and you're going to find this rectangle and add them together. That looks easier to me because I see 9 and 5 right here, so I know this is 45, boom, I'm done. Now I've got to figure out this, 7 and 3, that's 21, boom, I'm done. Okay, this one wasn't nearly hard enough, but I need to talk to you about a couple things, because then I would add those together, 45 and 21. These you don't have to show all your formulas for. And I know that's 66, but I'm making sure with my calculator because I don't want to miss any points that I don't have to miss. Now I'm going to undo all this because I want to go back to this figure. And let's say they didn't make it quite that easy on us, and we had to figure some things out. If you know this is 9, then that's vertical. This plus this have to also be 9. Okay, so this plus this has to equal 9 because those are all my vertical pieces. Likewise, I'll go to blue now. If you know that this is 5 and this is 7, then this plus this are going to be equivalent to this because those are my horizontal pieces. Think if this piece came straight down, it would go here, and if this piece, wait, let me go to a different color. If this piece came straight down, it would go here, and if this piece came straight down, it would go here, and they would fill in. So that means that 5 plus 7 would make this 12. You're going to need that today, okay? So if you can't break it into pieces one way, try to break it into pieces another way, and you're going to try some of this today on your own or with a partner. All right, good luck.